Okay, so in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to change an ostomy bag. And before you start to change an ostomy bag, you want to make sure you have all of your supplies out and ready, which I already did. So I use a 2-piece. I have my wafer and bag out. If you use a 1-piece, it's going to look like this attached. I have my adhesive remover wipe, my adhesive, barrier strips, powder, and gauze. And as you may have noticed, I have everything already opened. So I have the wipe opened, the adhesive open, my powder open, and the gauze laying out. So this way it's easy for me to grab something when I'm going to be using it. I use warm water to wet one piece of gauze. The rest I keep dry. So you want to make sure you have extra gauze just in case, because ostomies can get messy, especially with an ileostomy. You don't know when it's going to be going. My hair, I like to have it back up out of the way before I start. Now, what I like, there's a bunch of different brands. What I like about the Coloplast is it folds up like that. But this demonstration will work for any of the brands. You take out your wipe, and the important part with this is you don't want to rip it off your skin. It's like a super tight band-aid. So you want to use the wipe, and it's oily, so it's gonna help it get it off smoothly without ripping and pulling. And just kind of wipe it along, and it helps to peel the wafer or the bag off of you. Just like that. This you're going to throw into your plastic bag with garbage. You're going to use the same wipe and wipe some of the stickiness off around it. And then throw it out. Take a dry gauze and just wipe all that oil off, so this way the new bag can stick on you. This is a very important step, is making sure you're getting all of the stuff off, because a bag cannot stick if there is stool or still the oil from the remover on your skin. So that's when you use the wet gauze and you wipe it. Now you can rub it, it doesn't really hurt. Once you get closer to the stoma, you're going to be more careful, but you're going to still use enough pressure to get it off. You just really want to make sure you're getting everything off, and you don't need to use sterile water. You don't need to use saline or soap. You're just using plain water, because if you think about the habitat of your intestines, they carry stool. They're dirty, and so your natural habitat of your intestines, you want to keep it like that. You don't need to sterilize it and clean it. It's not a sterile procedure. You're just wiping it enough to put on a new bag. There's a lot of sticky stuff that sticks around the intestines, which is why I'm wiping a lot. And then you want to make sure you dry it completely. So you're going to take a dry gauze and wipe again, just to make sure that it dries completely. Okay, now there's a bunch of different types of stomas, and mine, as you can see, is very close to my skin. That's called a flush stoma, and they're very easy to leak. This is kind of the stoma that we don't like to have. And we find ways to manage. So there's a little bit of redness around my skin. You can see close up. That's how flush it is to my skin. And right here, this indent, that's a scar that I had from a previous surgery. So this redness, you're gonna use this powder on to help with that irritation. So you're just gonna, you can leave this sort of like this in your pants, and you just put a little bit of powder around, and it just helps to really protect your skin better, you know, just a little bit of irritation. And then that's when you use the adhesive. I like the wand, but there's different kinds. And you're gonna seal it in. You're gonna pat on top of the powder. And you're just gonna seal it in. So this makes your skin very sticky so the bag can stick on. And then you're gonna wipe around all over the circle. You can see the ring of where the bag was, so you just want to make it sticky so the new bag can stick on, and make sure you get close around the stoma. It's very important that you measure the stoma size, and then that's how you measure your bag. My wafers are pre-cut because my stoma size hasn't been changing. So this is a pre-cut wafer, but that would have to be another demonstration to show how to measure it and cut it out. So now that I'm done with this, you want it to dry. I use this to help with the leaking because this barrier prevents the stool from getting onto your skin, which helps with the leaking. So since my stoma is very flush, this helps. You put it right around. And as I showed you, I have a scar, so it's indented right here. Most people will not have this issue, but what my ostomy nurse has showed me is I will rip a barrier in half and save this half for later. Use this half on the indentation from my scar. Because I was getting leaking, since it was indented there, the stool found that way to get out and it leaked onto my skin. So that helps to add to level out the layer so it's not indented anymore, and then it will prevent a leakage. So now everything is all ready, and as I mentioned before, it's really important for everything to be perfectly around the stoma so it doesn't leak. So this wafer has to be a perfect circle around the stoma. And same with this, which I have pre-cut. You peel this off. This piece is sticky, and you're gonna put it on, right? Push, and then just stick it on. Now, the important part of this is to press inside. So this really molds onto your skin. You want it to stick. You don't want it to lift up at all, because then that's how you get leaking. So you're just gonna really press down. If you can see what I'm doing, it's just in here, press. And now there's different types of bags, but the one I have, again, clearly is a two-piece, it's 2 pieces, but mine is a clip. There's different kinds, but this one you're just gonna snap on like that. The ring goes around, and then this snaps together. And then you're all done. It helps to hold your hand over at the end, because the warmth of your hand helps to seal everything in so it sticks. And you hold your hand there for a minute. If you had a 1-piece, you wouldn't do the 2-step. You would just have the bag already on the wafer, and you would just peel it on like that. All right, well, I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching.